I wish there was somebody sitting on one of the chairs. That'd be spooky. That tape doesn't look normal. Somebody should probably repair it. Looks normal when I pick it up, though. And somebody turned off the light. Wow, why would you go off and do that? Well, no time like the present to go listen to another tape.
It is easy to think of the kitchen and dining room as the stomach or digestive system of a house, though this comparison is tenuous. By contrast, the function and analog of a bathroom should be immediately obvious. The hallways and corridors of a house are like veins, providing circulation coursing throughout its frame. A staircase bears more than a passing resemblance, both physically and symbolically, to a spine. The windows of a house serve much the same purpose as eyes, and anyone who has ever rounded a bend on a long drive and come suddenly face to face with a pale, dark manor will tell you that the house is a creature capable of...
I went a little bit crazy towards the end, but it was talking about the stairs. So I assume we're going to the stairs. Or no. It's another guess where the tape is. Not inside the closet. Unless, of course, it's lining the walls of the garage. Doesn't appear to be in the garage either. Oh boy. I'll take a small look around rooms I've already been in. I don't know why the lamp keeps on turning itself off, though. Please stay on, lamp. You're the bright... God dang it! You're the brightest source of light in this house, I was about to say. Anyways. Has the basement been opened? I don't know. I'm about to check. It's definitely a possibility. That's still locked. To the second floor we go. Bathroom? It still has the flickering whatever in it, but no, it seems pretty fine. That means I'm guessing it's actually inside the master bedroom. The room of teeth, if you will. You know what? There was this door in here. That was the other locked door. The door behind the door. For some reason, completely forgot about that. I think the Amen tape led me to forget. Also, since this wall is... It's definitely in here. But did I just lose? No, okay. The door's still there. It's really glowy in here. That's like the shiniest I think I've seen the tapes be in a while. Because it's literally floating and glitching. Because that's normal. Got a lot darker in here after I picked up my glowing tape friend. Now, where is the exit? That's the fake exit. So, back down I go. Another glitch tape in hand. I listened to some new remix tape version of some previous tape I listened to. This person's just got a one-trick thing going on. Like, taking their tapes and remixing them into garbled messes.
The bedroom is perhaps the room that most eludes direct comparison in this fashion. At a stretch, and allowing for a bit of poetic sympathy, it might be said that the bedroom is not unlike the human mind, or those parts of it which dictate thought and imagination. In the bedroom,
I dream that there are teeth growing all over me, everywhere on me and in me, like cysts or bone spurs. They're loose, but I can't remove them because I have no hands. I look out through the bedroom window and I see a truck approaching. A young man steps out, approaches, and enters through the front door. His body is covered in swollen ticks the size of quarters. He's walking through the downstairs hallway and laughing. He begins urinating on the wall. He spits on the carpet. He's moving through the first floor, breaking and upsetting things. He goes to the basement and stands at the top of the stairs. I'm angry at him, so I slam the door and he falls down. I can feel his bones snapping. The techs are bursting, oozing all black blood everywhere. I can feel them being ground up, dissolved and torn, splitting and shredding. I leave the door closed. I close my eyes and try to sleep. The teeth continue growing on me until there's nothing left of me but teeth, and gums, and sinew.
The basement is dark.
And the door opened by itself. Oh, apparently teeth were growing out of her. Listen to what she had to say. What if I just closed the door? Oh, it won't close. Well, it said the door's gonna slam shut. I'm gonna fall down the stairs. So let's let that happen. Or the game could shut like that. That works too. But obviously the game's not actually over. It's never over. Let's go. Another go. Run, ho. There we go. The house is looking a bit not right. Maybe just a little bit, though. Am I in the basement? It's a little bit hard to tell. I mean, I assume we are. It's quite a painting. Oh, we're in the bedroom, actually. That's what this room is. You know, I just realized I could jump. Oh, could I? Wait, I would have tried that before. Maybe I just gained the ability to jump. I don't think I was able to jump until now. Yeah, I definitely tried jumping before. I tried jumping to the fan at the beginning. So I think I just gained the ability to jump and knock my head on the wall. Alright. So what's going on here besides glitching windows? That door's locked. Are you locked too? No, actually, you're fine. Before I go downstairs, there are, first of all, weird flickering black textures going through everything at the moment, but in fact, it's consumed everything in the bathroom. Just all missing. Alright, that means let's continue this way. What the fuck? Well, that's just beautiful. The paintings got a lot bigger since I last saw them. You have something to say? It's just having a good time. Huh. That's part of the pain from the other side. Open sesame. Somebody moved the bed. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay. I'm going back downstairs. Let's see what's going on there. I'm sure it's fine. Let's settle ourselves down here. Things to go see. The garage door isn't opening, but there's a sound coming from behind it. Sounds like a scratching sound. That's a picture of a mouth. Anything in the closet? Ah, there's a door in the closet. I should have guessed. That picture's still normal, surprisingly enough. In fact, down here is a bit more normal than not. You never came back. Nice red glow, though. I tried to turn it off, and now it's not giving me the option to interact with it again. Best lighting I think I've ever seen. Well, I didn't like that plate anyway. I just don't make a good home. What about the bathroom before I continue my trek? Surprisingly, the most normal room in the house. Yes, it does have a flickering mirror, but compared to everything else, that's pretty normal. Oh, we removed a lot of things in the kitchen. The chairs are just up there. Basement's locked. Yep. Can't fall off to our deaths there, though. Let's give it a good listen. Invigorating? Did the basement open? So I'm going to assume that they want me to memorize at this point the order that I've been collecting tapes and just kind of look around the house. Because first is here, and indeed the tape is here. I also was observing something, but I guess it's the purple glow of the lamp. Anything more to say for you? Alright, so next up would be the bathroom. Ta-da! They're putting muscle memory into my brain. Hurts. Well, that's cool. I don't actually know which one is going to be next. It's literally anyone's guess. There's a few that seems to switch between. It's not there, though. I think the garage has been closed. You can still hear a sound coming from behind it. I'll check up here. Is it here? Yes, it is. Muscle memory doing me some good. Girl's still screaming her head off on the cassette tape. That's fine. Let's see what this next one says. It still moves so fast. That's about what I expected. So now it's the living room, right? Still hear the sound there coming from the basement. But yep, I want the lamp back on. My favorite. Alright. Lamp seems to turn off after a certain amount of time automatically. Let's see what this says now.
If we were to dissect the house, we would find organs and stomach, brains and minds and eyes, dreams and memories and a mouth that will bite down.
Hey, the basement door disappeared. And it moved me in. That's been taken over. So I guess I'm not going back. That's unfortunate. It was probably nice over there, too. Really wants me to go inside the basement, doesn't it? I guess I'll go do it. We almost went in the basement last time, so... I've only been in the basement actually once. This is my second time. It's definitely the most spacious of the rooms. Fortunately, since it's so spacey, it means I just kind of have to literally follow the walls and hope for the best. Last time it was literally on the wall, but... think it'll be there again? I certainly don't see it there. At least so far. I hear a sound, though. Maybe my jumping ability is now important because I wasn't able to jump before, I swear. So, maybe I'm supposed to jump up to a shelf to find whatever it is I'm looking for. That would explain my newly obtained jumping ability. Oh, Jesus. That actually
There is
scared
an
me.
important distinction that must be drawn between the words dissection and vivisection, a distinction that would appear to be lost on you. Your purpose was to listen, and yet at every turn you have pried, you have prodded, and you have interfered. Have you not been paying attention? Did it not occur to you that as an organism existing within a greater organism, your intrusion would be felt? And still you harassed. And now, like the wayward spider who witlessly settles upon a sweeper's tongue, you will be swallowed. Because the truth is this.
Teeth are growing out of the ground.
Hungry and awake, every room becomes a mouth.
I can't look left or right or move backwards. I can only move forwards right now. Well, let's see where we're going with this. Following said pathway. Can't even run, just walk. Kind of stopping whenever the camera gets all freaky. I'm wondering if that's what I'm supposed to be doing. We're walking down some street, I assume to our house. Remember what the tape earlier said, how you could see a big mansion and it would look like it had its own consciousness? Given there's something ahead of us now. So maybe that's what we're working towards. Oh, game closed again. Well, that's okay. Ha ha ha. And then we'll go to the final one. Well, let's see what happens. I can't move at the moment. I'll wait a second, though. Something's supposed to happen. There's a...
What happens to a house when it is left alone? When it becomes worn and aged? When its paint peels and its foundations begin to sink? When it goes for too long unlived in? What does it think of? What does it dream? How does it regard those creatures who built it? Brought it into existence only to abandon it when its usefulness no longer satisfies them. It may grow lonesome. It It may stare for long hours into the darkness of its own empty halls and see shadows, and its heart may jump as it thinks, here's someone again, I'm not alone. And each time it is wrong, and the hurt starts over. It may haunt itself, inventing ghosts to walk its floors, making friends with its shadow puppets, laughing and whispering to itself at the end of some quiet cul-de-sac. It may grow angry. Its basement may fill with churning acid like an empty stomach, and its gorge may rise as it asks itself through clenched teeth, what did I do wrong? It may grow bitter. It may grow hungry. So hungry and so bitter that its scruples dissolve and its doors unlock themselves. While a house may hunger, it cannot starve. And so, in fever and anger and loneliness, it may simply lie in wait. Doors open, shades drawn, hallways empty, hungry.
Notably, I still can't move. Oh. Yeah, I'm assuming something's gonna happen. 'Cause I still can't move. Someone's saying they want to protect the house's smile. Some interesting things, though. The game is certainly putting some interesting thoughts in my mind, but it is what it is, what it is. I guess we just lay here. I wonder what happens if I close the game myself. But maybe I should hold on for a second. Maybe something will happen. Or maybe this is the end of the rope. I'm gonna click a few keys on my keyboard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Minus plus backspace. QWERTYUIOP brackets slash. Alright. ASDFGHJK. Symbols enter. Shift caps lock tab tab. Squiggly. ZX da 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 da. Right, that'll open up the menu. Da da da. Insert. Oh, what? Oh, you know what would be really, really clever, but the game's not going to do it? What if you had to press the home key at some point? I'm going to press the home key. Oh, that would have been way too clever, though. The home key on your keyboard. I wish they did that now. Page up, page down, and delete. Numlock. What just happened there? It's like a little screen movement. I don't know what caused it. You think I just have to close the game? I'm gonna close it.
In the psychology of the modern civilized human being, it is difficult to overstate the significance of the house. Since as early as the Neolithic era, humankind has defined itself by its buildings. Buildings for worship, buildings for socializing, buildings for protection, even buildings for the commemoration of the dead. But of all the structures that mankind has invented for itself, there is little doubt that the house is that which it relies upon most completely for its continued survival. The house is one of the key elements that separates modern humanity from its more primitive antecedents. No other creature goes to such lengths to create lasting, permanent shelter for itself, nor regards such shelters with such reverence and import. Why do human beings of our modern age foster this tremendous sympathy toward their homes? There are many reasons, of course, but perhaps it is due in some small part to seeing them as a reflection of ourselves. The anatomy of the house is such that this analogy is less superficial than at first it may seem. To carry it further, if we were to dissect a house as we might a human cadaver, we would find ourselves able to isolate and describe its various appendages and their functions in a decidedly anatomical fashion. There is even a fair number of direct comparisons to be drawn between those organs of a house and those of a human body. For example, let us examine the living room. Often the dominant space of a house's ground level, as well as typically the center of activity in a well-populated home, the living room is very much the heart of the house. While a human heart circulates blood to oxygenate the body's extremities, the living room circulates people, activity, communication. It is the room most likely to be found beating, as active and vivacious as its name would imply. The comparison is only strengthened when we consider also that the living room is most commonly the room to contain the fireplace, making it additionally a locus of actual physical heat. It is easy to think of the kitchen and dining room as the stomach or digestive system of a house, though this comparison is tenuous. By contrast, the function and analog of a bathroom should be immediately obvious. The hallways and corridors of a house are its veins, providing circulation coursing throughout its frame. A staircase bears more than a passing resemblance, both physically and symbolically, to a spine. The windows of a house serve much the same purpose as eyes, and anyone who has ever rounded a bend or long drive and come suddenly face to face with a tall, dark manor will tell you that it is difficult to shake the impression that the house, through its lightless windows, is a creature capable of vision and intelligence. The bedroom is perhaps the room that most eludes direct comparison in this fashion. At a stretch, and allowing for a bit of poetic sympathy, it might be said that the bedroom is not unlike the human mind, or those parts of it which dictate thought and imagination. In the bedroom, dreams are dreamt, passions are ignited, epiphanies are experienced in cold sweat at early hours. In the bedroom is where people invariably spend the majority of their time, though comparatively little of it whilst conscious. And yet this analogy is an incomplete one, for obviously the mind is an exceedingly complex thing. If the bedroom represents the thinking, dreaming part of the brain, then it is the basement that represents those lower, unconscious parts. The basement is dark. It is buried. It is a place full of cobwebs where memories are stored. A poignant comparison, truly. Often the unnerving uncertainty that comes with considering the deeper aspects of the human psyche is not unlike gazing down at the swimming blackness pooled at the bottom of a basement stairwell. It is a place we spend our childhoods filling with monsters that will lay for years in patient silence. It is a place that, barring some specific errand, we seldom ever want to go. Of course, this comparison, though appropriate, is a very heavy-handed one, and often the basement is little more than a storage space littered with the corpses of spiders and woodlice. While poets and psychoanalysts no doubt dread the thought of a dark basement, in truth, it is the bedroom, the waking mind, that place of dreams. It is actually the most frightening of all. It is here, in the bedroom, that we are at our most vulnerable. Each night we shut our senses to the world for hours at a time, trusting in the house to keep us safe until next we wake. In this state of extreme vulnerability, we spend something like 20% of our lives. Anything might stand beside us, watch us, keep us company until dawn, and we would never perceive it. We can only pray that the house will not let such things carry on as we sleep. In this way, during these hours, the bedroom seems less like a mind and more like a mouth. For it is here that the house is most likely to betray us. It is here that we place ourselves most at the house's mercy and spend each night hoping that it will not bite down. In the psychology of the modern civilized human being, it is difficult to overstate the significance of the house. Since as early as the Neolithic era, humankind has defined their own habitat. Of all the structures that mankind has invented for itself, there is little doubt that the house is that which it relies upon most completely for its continued survival. Every human being of our modern age fosters with tremendous sympathy. The anatomy of the house is such that its reality is less superficial than it first becomes seen. To carry it further, if we were to dissect the house and unite a human cadaver, we would find ourselves able to isolate and describe its limbs, appendages, and their functions in a decidedly anatomical fashion. There is even a fair number of direct comparisons to be drawn from our quarters to the house. It is easy to think of the kitchen and dining room as the stomach or digestive system of the house, though this comparison is tenuous. By contrast, the function and analog of a bathroom should be immediately obvious. The hallways and corridors of the house are its veins, providing circulation coursing throughout its frame. A staircase bears more than a passing resemblance, both physically and symbolically, to a spine. The windows of the house serve much the same purpose as eyes, and anyone who has ever rounded a bend on a long drive and come suddenly face to face with a tall, dark manor will tell you that the house is a creature capable of. The bedroom is perhaps the room that most eludes direct comparison in this fashion. At a stretch, and allowing for a bit of poetic sympathy, it might be said that the bedroom is not unlike the human mind, or those parts of it which dictate thought and imagination. In the bedroom,
I dream that there are teeth growing all over me, everywhere on me and in me, like cysts or bone spurs. They're loose, but I can't remove them because I have no hands. I look out through the bedroom window and I see a truck approaching. A young man steps out, approaches, and enters through the front door. His body is covered in swollen ticks the size of quarters. He's walking through the downstairs hallway and laughing. He begins urinating on the wall. He spits on the carpet. He's moving through the first floor, breaking and upsetting things. He goes to the basement and stands at the top of the stairs. I'm angry at him, so I slam the door and he falls down. I can feel his bones snapping. The ticks are bursting, oozing all black blood everywhere. I can feel him being ground up, dissolved and torn, splitting and shredding. I leave the door closed. I close my eyes and try to sleep. The teeth continue growing on me until there's nothing left of me but teeth, and gums, and sinew.
The basement is dark. were to dissect the house, we would find organs and stomach, brains and minds and eyes. Dreams and memories and a mouth that will bite down. There is an important distinction that must be drawn between the words dissection and vivisection, a distinction that would appear to be lost on you. Your purpose was to listen, and yet at every turn you have pried, you have prodded, and you have interfered. Have you not been paying attention? Did it not occur to you that as an organism existing within a greater organism, your intrusion would be felt? And still you harassed. And now, like the wayward spider who witlessly settles upon a sweeper's tongue, you will be swallowed. Because the truth is there.
Teeth are growing out of the ground.
Hungry and awake, every room becomes a mouth. What happens to a house when it is left alone? When it becomes worn and aged? When its paint peels and its foundations begin to sink? When it goes for too long unlived in? What does it think of? What does it dream? How does it regard those creatures who built it? Brought it into existence only to abandon it, when its usefulness no longer satisfies them. It may grow lonesome. It may stare for long hours into the darkness of its own empty halls and see shadows, and its heart may jump as it thinks, here's someone again, I'm not alone. And each time it is wrong, and the hurt starts over. It may haunt itself, inventing ghosts to walk its floors, making friends with its shadow puppets, laughing and whispering to itself at the end of some quiet cul-de-sac. It may grow angry. Its basement may fill with churning acid like an empty stomach, and its gorge may rise as it asks itself through clenched teeth, what did I do wrong? It may grow bitter. It may grow hungry. So hungry and so bitter that its scruples dissolve and its doors unlock themselves. While a house may hunger, it cannot starve. And so, in fever and anger and loneliness, it may simply lie in wait. Doors open. Shades drawn. Hallways empty. Hungry.
Notably, I still can't move. Oh. I guess I'll share thoughts, well, in case this is the ending and we're just kind of replaying through the first level again. I liked it. It's a little bit more narrative-based than I thought, but there was a few pretty creepy moments, and the story itself is interesting. The atmosphere is pretty good. I liked how they did some of the twisted effects and all that, so that's good. Thanks for watching the video. I'd very much appreciate if you take a moment to consider donating to my Patreon, where I'm trying to turn this into a livelihood for missed game videos, different higher quality video series for the channel, and my own little games I make from time to time. You can learn more about all of this at the link, which you'll also find in the description below. If you'd like to watch me record my game videos, take part in development streams, or just interact some, I stream quite regularly at my hitbox.tv channel, and it's where I record all my gameplay for my Let's Plays. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and until next time, adieu.